Have you ever wondered why your flight from Delhi to Beijing takes a curious detour, adding hours to what should be a direct route? Welcome to the World Documentaries, where we explore the fascinating stories behind our world's most intriguing phenomena. Today, we're reinvestigating one of aviation's most practical mysteries: why commercial airlines consistently avoid flying over the Himalayas, despite it being the shortest path between major Asian destinations. While airlines don't explicitly ban flights over the Himalayas, the combination of extreme challenges makes this route commercially impractical and potentially dangerous. From emergency landing limitations to unpredictable weather patterns, the world's highest mountain range presents obstacles that even modern aviation technology struggles to overcome safely. The roof of the world meets modern aviation. The Himalayan mountain range stretches over 2,400 kilometers across 5 countries, containing 9 of the world's 14 highest peaks above 8,000 meters. Mount Everest, standing at 8,849 meters above sea level, creates a unique aviation challenge. Its peak reaches 29,032 feet, dangerously close to typical commercial cruising altitudes of 31,000 to 42,000 feet. International aviation regulations require aircraft to maintain minimum terrain clearance of 2,000 feet over mountainous areas during normal operations. Over the Himalayas, this safety margin becomes critically tight, especially considering that commercial aircraft must also account for emergency descent procedures that could require dropping to altitudes well below the mountain peaks. Nature's aerial battleground, the Himalayas, creates some of Earth's most severe weather patterns, generating what meteorologists call orographic lift, violent air currents created when wind masses encounter massive mountain barriers. These conditions produce extreme turbulence, sudden wind shear, and unpredictable downdrafts that can challenge even the most advanced aircraft systems. Wind speeds regularly exceed 150 km per hour at altitude, creating conditions that make stable flight extremely difficult. Temperature variations are equally extreme, with rapid changes that can cause dangerous ice formation in aircraft engines and on control surfaces. The jet stream, which normally provides efficient tailwinds for long-haul flights, becomes highly unstable over the Himalayas, creating severe clear air turbulence that can occur without any visual warning signs. The emergency landing dilemma. Aviation's fundamental safety principle requires pilots to always have accessible emergency landing options within reasonable distance. Over the Himalayas, this critical safety net virtually disappears. Suitable airports are often hundreds of kilometers away across treacherous terrain, making emergency descents and landings extremely challenging. The nearest major airports may be in completely different countries with varying air traffic control systems and emergency response capabilities. Standard emergency procedures require aircraft experiencing cabin pressurization problems to descend immediately to 10,000 feet, where passengers can breathe without oxygen masks. However, over much of the Himalayan region, this emergency altitude places aircraft below mountain peaks, creating an impossible situation where pilots must choose between passenger oxygen needs and terrain avoidance. Voices from aviation professionals. Captain Maria Rodriguez, who has flown international routes for over 2 decades, explains that while modern aircraft are incredibly capable, the Himalayas represent a convergence of challenges that push aviation safety margins to their limits. She notes that even with today's advanced weather radar and navigation systems, the rapid weather changes and limited escape routes make the region particularly demanding for commercial operations. Aviation meteorologist Dr. James Chen emphasizes that weather prediction becomes exceptionally difficult over the Himalayas due to the complex interaction between various air masses and the extreme topography. He explains that conditions can deteriorate from clear skies to severe turbulence within minutes, making flight planning and real-time decision-making extremely challenging for commercial airline operations. Historical lessons that shaped modern policy. The aviation industry's caution regarding the Himalayas stems from decades of accumulated experience and tragic lessons. During World War II, over 600 Allied aircraft were lost flying the hump, the treacherous supply route over the Himalayas between India and China. This massive loss of life and equipment highlighted the extreme dangers of mountain flying even under military necessity. More recently, Pakistan International Airlines Flight 268 crashed during approach to Kathmandu in 1992, killing all 167 people aboard, demonstrating how quickly situations can become catastrophic in mountainous terrain. Such incidents, combined with numerous close calls and emergency situations, have led airlines to adopt increasingly conservative policies regarding Himalayan routes, prioritizing passenger safety over route efficiency. Modern solutions and alternative approaches. Today's airlines utilize sophisticated computer modeling and route optimization systems to plan the safest, most fuel-efficient paths around the Himalayas. These alternative routes typically add 2 to 4 hours to flight times between major Asian cities and require additional fuel, increasing operational costs significantly. However, airlines universally consider this investment worthwhile for maintaining their safety records and passenger confidence. Advanced satellite weather monitoring, improved communication systems, and real-time atmospheric data have made some high-altitude operations possible under specific conditions. Specialized airlines operating smaller aircraft do provide scenic flights and essential transportation services in the region, but these operations require extensive pilot training, perfect weather conditions, and operate under much more restrictive safety protocols than typical commercial flights. The magnificent alternative experience while commercial aviation avoids routine Himalayan crossings. This majestic mountain range remains accessible through specialized mountain flights, helicopter tours, and ground-based adventures that offer spectacular perspectives without compromising safety. These alternative experiences often provide more intimate and memorable encounters with the world, as highest peaks than any commercial flight could offer. The Himalayas continue to inspire millions of visitors annually through trekking expeditions, cultural exchanges, and scenic flights operated by local airlines with specialized high-altitude expertise. From mountain lodges and trekking routes, travelers can experience sunrise over Everest, explore ancient monasteries, and connect with local communities in ways that create profound, lasting memories far beyond what any commercial flight corridor could provide. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating exploration with the World Documentaries. The relationship between modern aviation and the Himalayas perfectly illustrates how even our most advanced technologies must sometimes yield to the awesome power of nature, leading us to find creative solutions that prioritize safety above convenience. If you found this investigation into aviation challenges compelling, please subscribe to the World Documentaries and ring that notification bell. We're constantly exploring the hidden stories behind our world's most intriguing mysteries. Have you ever experienced a flight that took an unexpected route or encountered severe turbulence? Share your aviation experiences in the comments below. Our community of curious explorers always brings fascinating perspectives that enrich our documentary journey together.